Religion creates predators, creates victims to be so indoctrinated. They think the victim is responsible, and they make the victim think they are responsible. I mean, if someone hits you, you're not responsible for that. The only time it's acceptable to hurt somebody is in self-defense. And, I mean, avoid self-defense as much as possible if you can get someone to stop. But at some point, you have to protect yourself. There are pastors out there that barely have any psych training who are marriage counselors. I've heard that half of Christian pastors have never gotten a psych degree. So they can't call themselves a psychologist. They have to call themselves a counselor. A counselor is the name for somebody who doesn't have the PhD or master's degree, but does the same thing with little to no accountability or adherence to any ethical boards or any medical boards. So very few pastors have a psych degree. If someone doesn't have a psych degree, do not go to them for therapy. It's like going to a medical student and wanting to be diagnosed. Don't go to any shrink unless they have a degree in psych. If they don't have a minimum of a master's degree in psych, do not go to them for any therapy. They have to have a master's or a PhD. And make sure that the degree or degrees are from a secular, non-religious affiliated institution. You do not want someone who is trained to be a psychologist, who graduated from an institution that is owned, run, and controlled by an abusive religion. All religions are abusive and cults. Some are more abusive than others. There are some churches that aren't abusive, but the doctrine is. You cannot teach that women can't be in positions of authority and have it not cause some women mental issues. If women believe they're inferior, I mean, that can basically change the way you live your life. I mean, if you believe you're secondary or not as important, it affects consent, relationship dynamics, and satisfaction in life. If you believe you're inferior, how can you say no to someone in a position of authority? If you believe your husband is in a position of authority over you, how can you consent? If someone is in a position of spiritual or some form of authority over you and you sleep with them, that is a power imbalance. You can't consent to a power imbalance. And just because it's not a real physical position of authority doesn't make it any less damaging. If someone is in any position of authority, political, spiritual, social, in employment, any position